Hey friends, Lori Michelle here with Choosing to Shine. Um, gonna do something a little different. I'm really excited to tell you guys about it. But before I get ahead of myself, if you've been here for the last few years, you know that I started this channel documenting my journey of getting out of extreme debt. I'm still in debt, but I do have a plan and I am working on it and hoping to be an inspiration to others in the same situation as me. I wanted to give a little intro of what's to come on the channel since it is different content than what I have been providing. But just like cash stuffing, it is still all about self-reflection, self-care, and self-love, which I feel like that was my journey with cash stuffing and really forcing myself to budget and take care of myself and not be like overspending and then freaking out because I had to find money to pay a bill. And it's really been great for my nervous system. So I am still cash stuffing, but it just became a little hard to do since I didn't have a car for a while. And then I was working from home full time. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I do work at a bank in the fraud department and the account takeover area. And I absolutely love it because I really like helping catch fraudsters. And we do have a lot of them that call in. And yeah, I'm able to catch that. So anyway, I have a hard time getting sidetracked. Even though I've not been filming cash stuffing videos for a while now, it has been an awesome tool for me, like I said, not to overspend. And you can still see those videos. I didn't delete them. They are in a playlist called Cash Stuffing. But I've been hinting and promising to bring you guys different content for a while now. And I am ecstatic to announce a deep conversation podcast game called Choosing to Shine Reflections, where you, the viewer, can play along as well. But I wanted to name it Reflections because I feel like I'm an INFJ. And if you don't know what that means, it means I'm an extreme introvert. I hate small talk. And I just love like deep conversations and actually getting to know like the soul of someone, you know? And I know that's not for everybody, but I just wanted a platform where I could interview people, get to know them on a soul level basis. And I did just grab the cards and I'm going to show them to you. So this is the back. Now, these are originals. These are actually hand painted, not the logo itself. I printed those and I'll show you. But I have a set of gemstone watercolors. I don't know if it's going to pick up the shine, but they're all sparkly. They're all different. I think this one might pick up the shine. Can you see that? It's got a lot of copper in it. But anyway, had a good time painting all those. And just pick one off the top here. And that says, what was the moment that you laughed at yourself about? I'm always laughing at myself because I like literally 2 minutes before I started this, I started recording. And then since I wear glasses, I have a problem with the reflections of the lights. And I jumped up really quick and I tripped over the table. I fell into my new sign and I was like, are you serious right now? Like I just made that. I handmade that. I painted all the little hearts on there separately. I actually painted all those little hearts. Side note, I also have ADHD and I'm slightly autistic. I painted all those hearts. I started, like I was saying, around COVID time. I was doing invitations and wedding stationery because I used to run a wedding venue. And anyway, I jumped up and I was like, "Are you kidding me, Lori? Like, you almost like totally ruined the wall." I fell into the thing. Thank God it didn't break. Anyway, I'm a mess. You will learn that, you guys. So anyway, I hope you will join me, and I'll go through like when it's going to be and all that stuff. But it's considered a game because I'll randomly pick the cards. So I'm going to shuffle them. There's no rehearsing with the guests, and there are no pre-meetings to talk about what we'll talk about. I will, however, give guests heart tokens, and I'm going to show you those. And I'm calling those game changers, that can be played if they're uncomfortable with a certain subject or answering a certain question. And I'll just show you these real quick. So this one is like, says again. So if they want to, so if I wanted to do this, what was a moment I laughed at myself about? I just told that story, but oh gosh. Let me think of one. I didn't rehearse this either, you guys. I don't really script much. I have like bullet points of what I want to talk about, but I feel like that's just part of real life, right? Real life is not really scripted, and that's what's going to be on this podcast. And I'm going to go into that a little bit more too. Oh gosh, I can't think of a good story right now. So since I couldn't think of a good story right now, but I know that I have one, I could play the game changer called defer. So I'm going to hold that to the side. And then when that thought comes to me, then I'll pull it back up. But I have a lot of these, all these little different hearts. Aren't they so cute? All right. So the reason why I wanted to come up with the game, like I said, is for deep conversation. But I also feel like everyone has a story to tell, and those people's stories can inspire us all. And I'll just be interviewing ordinary people to start with, people that I know, my friends and family. And I'll be asking these deep, meaningful questions. Some are silly, some are very in-depth. Let me see if I can find another one. Like, what do you value in a friendship? What's a small act of kindness that you receive from a stranger that you'll never forget? And then there's another side to them too. So depending on how the card is flipped, and there is a block and a flip card too. So if they want to answer the other side, they can do that as well. All right. So every story, every voice, every experience has value. And that is my hope with this game. And I hope that you'll see yourself like a reflection. You'll see a reflection of yourself. And that's the whole premise of the community and the game and the podcast, and bringing women together. Like, we got to be there for each other, and really want to build an authentic, kind, safe space for women. So I do feel like that's what's missing in today's society, is a deep, true connection with women, or sometimes I like to say our tribe, right? It takes a village. Because I want this to be an authentic interview. Like I was saying, there will be no editing whatsoever of the videos. What you see is what you get, mistakes and all. Mistakes happen, and that's part of this beautiful experience called life, right? So I'm telling my guests ahead of time, it's just, there's going to be no editing. There's going to be no clipping out of the silent parts. There's no going to be, unless, like, I don't know, the computer or the camera falls over or something like that, right? Like, I'll have to fix that. But, we're not going to edit out our conversations, and we're not going to clip out the good stuff and leave out some of the boring parts, because some of the boring parts might be very beneficial to someone else, to see that. And yeah, so anyway, I don't want to make this too long, but so each week I'm going to interview a guest and you will get to know them on a soul level without status-based questions like, are you married? What do you do for work, etc. We're going to dive deep and find out what's inside of each person. So after we play the game for 10 to 20 minutes, then we're going to skip over, we'll take probably a little break. I'm not sure how that's going to work yet, but in my mind, I'm imagining a little break since there's going to be no editing. And then I'll introduce them, like how I know this person. I already have guests lined up. I'm really excited to interview a lot of people, starting with my best friend, Jeannie. So she will be my first guest, and we will be taping this Sunday. And I am hoping to have everything out. I don't know if I should say, but should I say it? I'm hoping to launch the first Sunday of December. So that's my birthday month. I'm a Sag, and I would really love that for my birthday. So there's gonna be some fun things, like also once a month, I'm gonna be randomly selecting a follower to come on as a guest and play with me as well. There will be a lot more details to come. If interested, you can comment below. I will be starting an email list. My thought for I don't want to call you guys strangers, but people that I don't know, followers, I guess I could say, is that we'll play as a group, probably like maybe 2 to 4 people. I'm not really sure yet. I haven't really thought that through. And I don't know if that'll start until maybe January, because like I want to get like into a routine of posting every week and things like that. So as I mentioned, so sorry. As I mentioned, see, no editing. No editing, no matter what. So my goals for the podcast are to build community, like I mentioned, with our sisterhood, and connection with like-minded women. We're going to talk about everything self-love related. We're going to share stories that we can all relate to and give support to our sisters as well. So, like I said, I wasn't really going to announce the date, but I feel like I announced it. So now I have to do it no matter what, right? So the podcast will be each Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. I am in Florida, so it'll be Eastern time. And we'll explore what it means to live intentionally, overcome challenges, and create a life that truly aligns with who we are. So, in no way are all my ducks in a row, you guys. Like, if you've been following my cash stuffings, like, my life is a mess. I'm a hot mess. I'll admit to that. Just today, let's see, my whole bathroom flooded. So I've been washing laundry all day, all the rugs and the towels and the whole thing. And my eyes are probably all red because I've been crying. And keep it real, like, this is real life, right? And it wasn't just because the bathtub flooded. It was, I don't want to start crying. It was just the overwhelm of everything that's been happening. I am required to go back in office for certain days, and I've been home for 6 months. So that's like really giving me some anxiety. I loved working from home as an introvert. I don't need to be around other people and be in office with a bunch of people. But, that's the requirements to keep my job. So that's what I'll be doing. There's some family stuff going on that I'm not going to talk about right now. Maybe I'll get into that later. But also, my mom is on hospice. She does have terminal cancer, and hospice did call me earlier and said she was admitted in hospital. So she's no longer at home because they can't manage her pain at home. So it's probably going to be, she's probably going to pass in a couple days. So that's been kind of rough. I hate to see anybody in pain. And there's a lot of stories, I'm going to have about my mom. We didn't have the best relationship, but I am, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I'm a very good communicator. So, like, she knows, I've communicated with her over the years. She knows what's up, basically. And I'm not going to make this about that, but I'll have more to say on that. So anyway, it's just been a really rough day, and I wasn't going to film this, but I just kept saying, like, if I keep letting things get in the way, and not that these aren't major things, being flooded by Milton and my house being a disaster, and my car breaking down, and I was sick. I don't know if you can hear it, but I was really sick last week. I was out of work for a week. I didn't get paid. I was out of PTO. There's just a lot going on, but that's life, right? And life is not going to stop. So I was like, let me just get it together and make this, because I do have to go back to work tomorrow. And I just wanted to make sure I got this out as soon as possible so you guys would know that it was coming on Sunday evenings. All right, ADHD, bring it back in. All right, so I want you guys I picked Sunday night for a couple reasons. One, I feel like it's like the end of the week. To reflect like how your week went, and also it's like the beginning before normally we go back to work. So, take some time for yourself, do some self-care, have a glass of wine, get your journal out, that kind of thing. So just kind of, be with us and recharge before the work week starts. You could play along, and I'm going to have some special things if you do play along. So Sunday nights, just grab pen and journal, and then you can answer the questions. So like the question I asked, what was a moment that you laughed at about yourself? You could think back about your week, or just something that really like stands out. And oh my gosh, I just thought of one. Probably like laughed so hard this one time that I literally couldn't breathe. And I just started like choking. I don't know. It was like on my own spit, or I don't know what was happening. But we were at the Ringling Museum, and they had those old circus mirrors. And they had like the different kinds, and I was like bouncing between like the squatty like one that makes you look really wide, and then popping back and forth between the one that makes you look really tall and skinny. I laughed so hard I literally couldn't breathe, and my kids thought they were gonna have to take me to the doctor. Like, I just could not stop, and I have that on video. I may have to post a clip of that. It was too funny. So, yeah, you never know what's going to happen over here. I'm going from crying to laughing hysterically and within 5 minutes of each other. So anyway, I really want to make this interactive for the watchers. And because of that, I'm going to have you, if you want to comment the answers to your questions within the comments, we're going to use hashtag choosing to shine reflections. And then each week I'm going to have a custom heart that I've made, and you can download it. And so each one will be unique. So you can kind of collect them all. My thought was, I love my heart so much that I kind of wanted to like make something for you guys like that. I haven't really figured it all out yet. Maybe you guys can help me like put this in place, but my thought right now is, so it'll be downloaded each week. So each week I'll have a different color, and probably something that I'm going to hand paint. And out of one sheet of paper, I don't know, maybe I get like 12 hearts, 10 hearts. I'm not even sure. It's been so long since I made those. Like I said, I made those like almost 5 years ago. So my thinking right now is, and you guys tell me if you think this is fair, if you comment every week, so let's say there's 4 podcasts in the month, then you're going to get to download each one of those hearts. But then I will actually send you, if you want, I'll actually mail you like an actual, like hand painted, like a real one that's actually painted. Not that those aren't real, downloaded, an original. That's what I'm trying to say, an original. So I don't know, just like a little gift to you guys. I love my little hearts. I love color and I love shimmer. I definitely have learned a lot about myself being in therapy over the last year, and recently finding out that I was autistic and ADHD. And I definitely have a visual stem that is all about the shimmer and the shine. So let me know if you guys are like that too. Let me actually show you. So let me just pick up my laptop here. I don't know if, can you see that Japanese screen there? It's so pretty. It's like all gold and shiny and shimmery. Oh, now I gotta fix this back. Sorry. Yeah, that's why I keep looking over there. I keep finding myself staring at it. I'm like, shiny, shimmery. Anywho, so please join us each week, Sunday nights, 8 o'clock, starting December 6th, I believe is the first Sunday. Yeah, no, that's Saturday. I'm so sorry. December 7th. December 7th. All right. That's 2 days before my birthday. So that'll be my birthday present to myself. So I want you to join us each week. Let's journey, connect, and shine together. Love to all friends.